DEFCON 2.
What the devil is going on, Lieutenant?
He's surfaced, Mr. President. I'm sure you all recognize this man. We know him only as Yuri, fugitive advisor to Soviet Premier Romanov. While we were busy fighting the Soviets, Yuri was using his mind control technology to establish a secret army of his own. A group of Yuri's initiates have taken Alcatraz Island here in San Francisco. They've constructed some sort of device there.
What kind of device?
Perhaps I can explain, Mr. President.
Yuri.
The device is called a psychic dominator. There is a network of such devices spread across the globe.
More of your mind control tricks?
No tricks, Mr. President. In a few moments, I will unleash a tidal wave of psychic energy designed to dominate the minds of an entire planet. There will be no more free will, only my will.
Yuri. Yuri. The war's over. Can't we all just get along? What if I was to give you a full presidential pardon? Your country needs a leader. It could be you.
Why should I be content to lead one nation if I can control the whole world, Mr. President?
You can't threaten us. We're the most powerful nation on Earth. We did win the war, you know.
Did you? Indeed? I think not.
Mr. President, something's happening. The device is beginning to deploy.
Call in an airstrike. I want that tower taken out.
Command, this is Mojo 1. We are on station.
Roger, Mojo 1. Target is located on Alcatraz Island, Vector 270, at 10 miles.
Target acquired. Engage!
In San Francisco, the psychic dominator on Alcatraz will not function.
Most unfortunate. But we have other devices. I think time has come to activate them.
Really going to do it. May God help us all.
The situation looks bad, Commander. Yuri's forces have successfully detonated 2 of his psychic dominator devices, turning much of the planet into mindless Yuri drones. Luckily, the device here in San Francisco seems to be underpowered. It hasn't been activated yet. Stand by, Commander. I have Special Agent Tanya on the line.
There may be a way out of this, Commander. Doc Einstein has a new toy. Now, it hasn't been tested yet, but it might be our only way out of this. Right, Doc? Doc?
Oh, yeah. This is my prototype temporal displacement device. I believe we can use it to transport your forces backwards in time. With luck, you may be able to avert the psychic dominator disaster before it has begun.
But we don't have a lot of time, Commander. Yuri's forces are trying to capture power plants throughout the city to divert power to the Psychic Dominator. Well, the Doc's machine needs power too. So you have to get out there and you have to capture power plants yourself. Hey, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm a field op, I'm not a strategist. And I hate to admit it, but right now I wish General Carver was still alive.
If my device works, Miss Tanya, you may get your wish. When you return to the past, contact my earlier self. I may be able to help, yeah?
Establishing battlefield control. Stand by. Unit lost. Incoming transmission. The time machine is just south of the Golden Gate Bridge. The Golden Gate Bridge entrance was destroyed by the Soviets during the war. Protect the time machine until you can capture enough power plants to bring it online. Be careful, Commander. Yuri's initiates are combing the city. They want those power plants too. Commander, these are Guardian GIs. They're armed with both machine guns and anti-tank rockets. When deployed, they are able to reduce a tank into scrap metal in seconds. Battle control online.
Hello everyone and welcome to the next series. Well,
New
kind of
rally
a
point
continuation to
established.
Red Alert 2.
Training.
This is the expansion pack Yuri's Revenge. Now, first off I want to apologize for the cutscenes. They are not coming out as good as the last ones. I don't know why. I've tried different methods and it's still coming out the same way, so we're just going to have to deal with it.
Unit ready.
First up, this is not like most of the other expansion packs from the previous games, like from the first Red Alert or the original Command & Conquer. Those expansion packs,
Unit ready.
they just had the missions.
New rally
There was
point
no
established.
real storyline.
Training.
They had briefings, but they didn't have like an actual story.
Unit ready.
This one is more of a continuation after the Red Alert 2. So it has its own storyline. It continues from the last
Unit ready.
from Red Alert 2, and it pretty much adds more units. Where the other campaigns, maybe one or two give you new units, but for the most part, they're all the
Unit
same.
ready.
Oh, hello, sir. I'll be there right away.
But they do
New
introduce some
rally
new
point established.
things in this one.
Training.
First off the Guardian GI, as the
Unit
lieutenant mentioned in the transmission.
Unit promoted.
They, once deployed, can actually turn into a pretty nice anti-tank
Unit ready.
unit. But she fails to mention that they also work for anti-air. And that will become apparent later on in this mission. They are
Unit ready.
very, very
Unit promoted.
good units, especially when they're fully ranked and everything.
Let's show them what we got.
Now, even though they can deploy like a normal GI, they cannot actually garrison a building, which is unfortunate. Otherwise, they
New
would
rally
be
point
overpowered, and I would be using them a lot
Training.
more. They cost twice as much as a GI, so they're not
Unit ready.
not someone that you, or not a unit that you want to build a lot. If you, unless you really need them.
Want some shade?
Unit ready.
But a bunch of GIs in a building, it still works just as good.
Natural.
There are more units and actually some more structures that they introduce,
Unit
but we'll
ready.
get into them later on. First, I want to also mention that they have changed the voice overs for most of these units.
Unit ready.
Of course, they got new ones for the new units, but they've changed
New rally
changed
point
what the
established.
vehicles say and
Unit
some of
promoted.
the other units
On hold.
what they say. It's very interesting that they did it, and actually some of them were pretty funny, and unfortunately you guys probably won't get to hear them all. I might do a bonus with the bonus episode at the end of the series. I might show them off whenever I show off the some of the stuff from the scrimmage, including most of the Yuri the Yuri structures and stuff. Yeah, so pretty much this is actually my second playthrough. I've actually played this a couple of times, getting all set up. This is my second recording. The first one went fine, but I went through it too quickly.
Unit ready.
I know that's kind of weird. I know it's kind of ideal to do it quickly and try to get through it. Through it also, it's a shorter episode, so you don't have to sit here for an hour. But when I got to the final screen, when I finished the mission, I went through it too quickly and it went right into the next mission. I'm like, oh, I might want to fix that. So I had to replay this mission, which I kind of did, which I'm kind of glad that I did, because I show off more of the map. Now,
Unit Commander, one of our power plants has come under attack. If we lose too many, there won't be enough left in the city to charge up the time machine. Unit lost. Unit ready.
This is very interesting because I don't own any of these power plants yet. These power plants are utilities, just like in the last game with the ore refineries, the hospital, and stuff like that. They introduce the power plants, and the power plants, just like you would guess, if you capture them, they provide power. So it's pretty nice. Now there are several in this map. There's actually 8 of them, I believe, but we'll find out in a minute for sure. I guess I can talk about some of Yuri's units. Let's see, let me get their papers, because I don't remember any of their names.
Securing position.
The Gatling cannon defense structures are lethal to both land and air units. Their cannons spin and fire faster the longer a target is within range. Unit promoted. Unit lost.
Yes, these...
Outstanding.
I do like playing as Yuri in the scrimmages and stuff, mainly because of what their structures they offer. More on that later. I do love their their main defense, which doubles not only for anti-tanks and infantry units, but also anti-air. So I don't have to build 2 sets of structures and that. But again, I'll get to more of that later.
Securing position. Driver up.
The first units I want to talk about with Yuri's are these basically these units. These are your basic units. The Initiates. I don't know if that's pronounced right, but they're pretty much a basic unit that costs 200 credits, and they fire with actual flames. So.
Unit ready.
Vehicle ready.
Hospitals provide medical treatment
Commander?
for soldiers in the field.
Good to go.
As long as we have one under our control, the supplies can get to the men and keep them patched
I've got
up.
the knowledge. Studying blueprints.
This is something that they've changed from the last one. In the first, or in Red Alert 2, you capture a hospital, you have to actually send the infantry unit into the hospital for them to repair it. And they had to go through one at a time. Now, if you capture them, they auto heal. I love this a lot more, and it's a lot better design. But it
Hospital
also
captured. All infantry units will now auto heal.
But it's also quite broken, because now I don't have to worry about so much of having to get them healed. Now, I selected the units so you can see right beside their health bar there is a red cross. This allows you to know that they heal. Now, you guys are wondering, did they change the service depot for the tanks too. We'll get to that later. We won't run into one this mission. We do run into one next mission, so I will go over that in a minute. Anyways, the other
Our base is under attack.
these
Unit
units
promoted.
here,
Repairing.
Yuri's
Miner
light
reporting for
tanks.
duty.
They are
You'll get the cash in a
laser light
flash.
tanks, and they actually use
Transformer panels
lasers
in
as
order.
their attack.
Running smooth.
They are actually a little bit faster than both the Soviet
Unit
and
reporting.
Allied tanks, or basic
Unit
tanks.
promoted.
And they are pretty tough.
Tools of the
However,
trade.
their
Yes, sir.
their armor is not as good as the Allied or the Soviet, so you can actually break through them fairly easily.
Transformer panels in order. Watch my dust. Destination, Commander? High speed, low drag.
So yeah, that's pretty much the units in this area, at least for this
Vehicle ready.
mission. So
Commencing assault.
I want to talk about
Unit promoted.
something else.
Unit lost.
To talk about.
Unit promoted.
I don't have any more notes.
Driver up.
I was expecting
Our base is under attack.
Outstanding.
to talk more.
Unit promoted.
Yeah,
Need a repair?
this mission is
Studying
pretty
blueprints.
straightforward.
I have the tools. Got the plans right
I
here.
only need to
Need a
capture
repair?
4 power plants. I
Analyzing
can capture
schematics.
all of them if I'm quick.
I got the knowledge. Studying
But once I
blueprints.
capture the 4th power plant, it pretty much
Vehicle ready.
goes into the next stage of the
Vehicle
mission.
ready. We can make adjustments. On the go. Tools of the trade. Unit reporting.
Unit promoted.
High speed, low drag. We can make adjustments. On the go.
Good job, Commander. Just a few more power plants and we should be able to power up the time machine. Incoming transmission.
Commander, the time machine is powered up. We're ready to make the time shift.
Woo-hoo! Let's shake it, baby.
Hang on, this is going to be a close one.
I fear you are out of time. Don't worry. It will be quite painless. And life will be so much simpler for you with no freedom of will.
Incoming transmission.
You did it, Commander. The time shift was successful.
Yeah, but we couldn't have come at a worse time. We're sitting right in the middle of the first Soviet occupation. Use the Grand Cannons to soften up the Soviets. And when you give me the word, I'll swim to Alcatraz and I'll turn that psychic dominator into scrap metal.
Our base is under attack.
And welcome to stage 2 of the mission. Yes, we have
Our
gone
base
back
is
in
under
time, and now we are in the
Repairing.
middle of the war that we
Our base is
finished
under attack.
in Red Alert 2. Yeah. So now, I guess you could say that we're going along side by side with the
Unit
class
promoted.
LP.
Unit lost.
That's a case of beer. Pretty much I'm just waiting for Tanya to come out, because really I
base is
can't do
under
anything
attack.
until she appears.
Our base is under attack.
And yes, for the first time, there's the Soviets.
One short swim
Tesla
to
tank.
Alcatraz and I'll blow that psychic contraption sky high!
Repairing. Repairing.
Alright, and for the rest of this mission, I'm using Tanya. It's not required to destroy these now. As you can see, I'm actually having a little bit of trouble with the whole selecting. But yeah, I don't have to destroy those boats, but they're easier to destroy them because they will target Tanya.
Untouchable.
Yeah. And of course, I have to destroy these to actually get onto Alcatraz. And again, I'm having trouble selecting mainly because it's a moving target.
Gotcha.
Now, a fully ranked unit with auto heal, because they already heal from them being fully ranked, it does not change
Untouchable.
it does not change the rate of their heal. If you capture a hospital, as far as I can tell. Now, you can actually mess up and get Tanya injured. Now, unlike the first game, where if she dies, that's the end of the mission, this one, it doesn't fail you.
Mission
and
accomplished.
there is a living mission where I can show this off too, but for now, that's it. This is the end of the first mission. Didn't take very long. It took a little bit longer than it should have. Of course, I wanted to show off the whole map, like I typically do for the early missions. But because this is an expansion pack, it's going to go a lot faster. It's like 7 missions per campaign. So we get right into the thick of things real quickly. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.